Hello gardeners, how are you doing today? I wanted to show you a way that I'm incorporating native plants into my landscape. I find that the most important thing to do when you are gardening, especially with natives, is to give it some sort of cohesive look. So the neighbors think that you are meaning to do that instead of having a bunch of weeds in your front yard. And even though it's your house, you want to have the neighbors, moderately happy. So this is an area that I have next to my mailbox. It's just buzzing with bees right now. In this area, I clumped together my blues and purples and whites. Why? So it has a look of, I meant to do that, like someone in the native plant group has mentioned before. So here you can see a little Penstemon digitalis, which is still blooming even though we are in August. Okay, and I keep the edges well defined. You can see there, you can tell where the garden begins and where the grass begins. I have my Monarda fistulosas, my wild bergamots. You see all the wasps and the bees in the area. In the early spring, I have sundial lupins. They are fading right now. They're going away. Oh, look there. There's a Virginia creeper that showed up. Later in the season, I'm going to have New England aster. I clip them down a little bit so they're not too tall by the end of the season. I have yarrow. Yarrow spreads enthusiastically, so keep that in mind. Here I have Aurelia humilis, the native petunia. Oh, far. And here in this side I have two very big bushes of false blue indigo. Now false blue indigo has a purple, deep purple or blue spire that blooms at the same time together with my sundial lupins. So I find the two spires of blue flowers being legumes echo each other very nicely and they complement each other very well. Now at this time what I have blooming is Allegheny monkey flowers. They don't make such a dramatic statement as the lupins, but they are very pretty, very delicate, and you can see here they come in different shades of purple, some of them darker, some of them lighter. And Penstemon digitalis, which I have repeated over between the lupins and the penstemons, I generate a pattern of rhythm in the garden. Penstemon digitalis, once it's done blooming, it's very beautiful because it has those chartreuse leaves and the red stems with the seed heads. And later in the season when it's fall, the green leaves turn a deep burgundy and it looks just amazing. So the things that I'd like to mention about this is I have a nice diversity of flowers that have different features and attract different kinds of pollinators, and I repeat them through the area, generating a nice rhythmic visual pattern. Okay, and I have flowers that bloom at different times through the season. So in the early spring I will have the lupins and the false blue indigo, later the Penstemon digitalis, later coming the yarrow, and as the penstemon is fading, the monardas are blooming. And when those are gone, I'm going to have my asters going on. I hope you have enjoyed and that you can get some ideas from it if you needed any. This is obviously a work in progress. We are always growing, we're always changing things. This is all for today. Have a wonderful day and happy gardening!